Can you make money with Uber? Is it dangerous? Should you start? Should you not? Is your city, ready for you to take on Uber? Like, can you do it in your city? There's a lot of big questions that you may have when it comes to Uber. I've been doing Uber for a while now, and I'm going to tell you all these different secrets, all these different things that people may not know or they may have questions about. I'm going to reveal them all. Like, right, like what it's really like to drive Uber. It's not what you think. It's a lot different than what you may think. It's real interesting, but there's a science to it. So that's what this whole page is about. This whole page is about Uber, how I've driven Uber, how I figured out the game, how I figured out the strategy, how I have it down to like a science, and how you can do the same thing. So my name is Eric Hunter. I'm going to be your Uber guide for this channel. Definitely want you guys to rock with me, follow me, and just, come here when you want your knowledge on Uber, right? You may never even thought about driving Uber, but when you listen to me and you listen to what I have to say, you'll kind of see how it may be a viable option for you, right? So for Uber, right? Uber it's not what you think. It's not something that people just get just to do. Like, it's not just a hustle. It's not just something that you do when you don't have a job. It's not for broke people. It's not for teenagers. It's not for retirees. It's not for just one type of person, right? Uber is for anybody who's trying to make it happen on their own terms, right? I know there's a lot of people right now who they don't want to work for nobody. You don't want to work for nobody. You want to work for yourself. Or you want to have your freedom. You want to have freedom to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, where you want to do it, why you want to do it, if you want to do it your way, right? I feel you. Shoot, I want to do it my way too. That's the reason why I got into it. I wanted to do it my way, but that's not the only reason I got into it. Like, for me, I got into driving Uber. One, I needed the money, right? At the time I was married, needed extra money. And I didn't know where to go get that and still do my 9 to 5, still be, family man and do what I need to do as a family man. What the heck is that? Got a little lint on me. Still be a family man, still handle business. So, for me, I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure something out. Something gonna shake. Something gonna happen. Then my next door neighbor, this lady probably like 77, she probably, let me stop. She probably like 58, 60 years old. Let me stop. She probably like 55. She was probably about 54. I went 70. My bad. If you see this, she was like 50 something, right? Early 50s. I'll give her that. And I would see her coming home like every day. You know what I'm saying? She would be coming home every day, and I'm wondering, like, man, what this lady doing? You know what I'm saying? She be coming home at different hours and stuff. It's kind of weird. You kind of up there, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So one day I was like, hey, you all right? You know what I'm saying? Everything, you be moving around. She's like, oh, no, I'm out here Ubering. I was like, Ubering? Like, you sure that's safe? I heard a lot of stuff. She's like, nah, baby, it's safe. Like, I'm out here getting my money. And I'm like, how much you making? She told me, and I was like, what? She said, sometimes I go out on just the weekends, and I make this money. And I come home and I pay my extra bills. She said, I got family living with me, so this is how I get money to take care of them and make sure they good. And when she told me that blew my mind. I was like, man, I said, this 50 to 70-year-old woman, because I don't know her real age, I don't know it. If this 50 to 70-year-old woman can get out here and get this money and push, and she not worried about danger, she not worried about none of that stuff, and she work a regular 9 to 5. She work a corporate job, mind you. Right? She worked a corporate job, I think for United Airlines or something. And then she's Ubering too. Right? So she's not worried about no what people may think or nothing like that. She's like, I'm gonna get this money. So I seen that, I was like, I told my spouse at the time, like, hey, look, such and such, the 50 to 70-year-old next door is doing Uber and she's getting money and she ain't got hit. She ain't got attacked. She ain't nothing happened to her. She's still good. Let's think about it. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't trying to do it, but I was like, I think I may go out here and see what's up. Because need some extra money. Got a car. Why not? Right? So for me, I was like, all right, I'm going to jump off the couch and I'm going to see what's up. I'm going to get out here and try and make this thing happen. I'm going to make something shake. So I went through the app. I got signed up. When you get on the app for the first time, you gotta get signed up through like, showing them what car you have, putting in your car information, make, model, color, license plates. You gotta show them the ID, make sure that they know you have insurance, all this stuff, right? The woo wop, right? You gotta give them the basics. Once you give them that, then they process maybe for like, 12 to 24 hours, depending on, what's on your background and stuff like that, or maybe on your background. And then, boom, you're live. Once you're live, app pops up. You know what I'm saying? You got the big go button in the circle, and then, you press it and you can get to it. So my first day, I was nervous. I was like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Driving around, like, all right, like waiting for something to happen. I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know. I only rode in Uber. I don't know what it's like on the other side. So I'm like, man, no crazy people get in my car, man. I hope it's quiet. Like maybe I don't get too many rides. Maybe that's cool. But really you want rides. But I wait probably maybe like when you get on and you press the go button. A lot of times Uber has to put you into a queue. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's just random, but drivers are in a queue. So when you press that go button, boom, you're put into a queue. So they disperse rides. People who are gonna get rides, and it's on the list. And I'm sitting there waiting. I ain't understanding. I'm like, man, this ain't even working. This is stupid. They don't like me. Something wrong with my profile. They think something wrong with me. Whatever. But I'm really just on a queue, and my name's about to come up. Bang. Get my first ride. I remember my first ride was for a lady who was getting her clothes clean. She took her stuff to Washteria, and I was picking her up. And I was like, I pulled up and I was like, all right, see. And she comes up with these big, these big baskets of clothes. And I'm like, man, it's weird, man. I don't like people, people's clothes and my stuff. That's touching my stuff. That's kind of weird. That's what I'm thinking. It ain't weird. But at the time, I'm thinking, I don't want people's clothes touching my car. I don't know where their clothes being. Mind you, she just got them clean. The clothes were fine. I was being a little snobby. I was being a little snobby. But hey, right? We grow. I'm different now. I'm different. I'm different. I'm not like that no more. Don't judge me for my past transgressions. I'm different now. So just let me live. Anyways, I drove her. Now this is probably because I've been driving Uber. Half time, and then it went into full time for reasons that make sense. But when I was driving like, just getting some extra money. And, this is probably like 7 years ago. 7, 8 years ago is when I started. And Uber was a lot different back then. You know what I'm saying? The money was a little different in a good way. Uber, maybe we can work on that. It's still all right. I'm going to show you how to get the money, but come on. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I'm driving her, and I get her to a destination. She's safe, she's warm, she's taken care of. The car was good, everything was clean, and she got out and she thanked me, and she said, I'm gonna tip you. I said, all right, thank you. And then bing, right? It was like a $7 ride, and then she tipped me $3. So I'm like, I'm up. I'm up. It's about $10 right there. So I'm thinking like, dang, I made $10 in maybe like, 13 minutes, 14 minutes. Like, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So when you get your first ride, a lot of times, it's going to be like you just hit a drug. You just took a hit off something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be like, ooh, shoot, I just got the money. It was that easy. And then it's kind of like, it's kind of like you hit a drug for the first time and you get hooked. You know what I'm saying? You get hooked. It's like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep driving, and I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you get that first hit, and you get that first ride, and that money hits your account. You know what I'm saying? The Uber account. Then you want to get more, and it's like a drug. You get addicted. You know what I'm saying? So how it breaks down is you're driving, you get them to the destination. Boom, they say complete, you say complete, and then they ask you to rate them, right, as a rider, and then they can rate you as a driver. From there, that money hits your Uber account. You have a stash in the Uber account that tallies up how much money you made, and then at the end of the night, end of your shift, and if you run, you can cash it out, right? Goals that you wanna hit is have your car clean. You know what I'm saying? If you can get the little air fresheners that stick in the little AC, get those. Make sure it smells good in there. You know what I'm saying? If it's cold outside, make sure it's warm. If it's hot outside, make sure the AC on. If you ain't got no AC, your gas low, roll them windows down. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of roll them windows down. You know what I'm saying? Do something. And then a lot of times you want to make sure that your trunk is okay. Even if you got stuff in your car, just push it to the side, section it off, make it look good. You know what I'm saying? The trunk, and just make sure your trunk is okay, because you'll get people who got luggage. They need to put that luggage in the back. They need to put their bags in the back. Grocery stores. They're coming from grocery stores. They want to put their stuff in your trunk. So make sure that there's space for that, or else they'll cancel the ride, or they'll give you bad reviews. So you just want to be careful with that. But, right. So I get that first hit, right? And I'm thinking like, man, this is dope. I need to keep pushing. I'm going to keep getting this money. I'm going to see what's up. Because obviously there's something to this. Now I'm thinking, because if you ever done like online gigs, a lot of times like, oh, I'm going to do a survey, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to go take pictures for some money on my phone. A lot of times I'm like, oh, you gotta make $500 before you cash out. Or you got to do X amount of, gigs before you can cash out. And you be sitting there like, bruh, y'all playing with me. I ain't got time for all this. I'm not. And then every gig you made like 5 cents. You made 25 cents on a gig. You made 1 cent on a gig. And they say you got to make $500 to cash out. Like, you out your mind. You out your mind if you think I'm doing all this work and trying to cash out. Man, I'm good. And you know what I'm saying? So I was thinking like, man, I hope this is not that. I hope this is for real. I hope when I get to the point where I'm done driving tonight, I can cash out and I can be on my merry way and I have money. You know what I'm saying? So, I believe it's changed now. But back then, you'd have to do like 25 to 50 rides before you can do everyday cash outs. So when you're doing the 25 to 50 rides, you got to wait until that following Tuesday to cash out. I believe now they let you cash out instantly. But if it is like it was when I started, you have to do 25 to 50 rides. Now, that may sound like a lot, but it's not a lot. Because once you're riding and you're driving, it's not a lot. Like, it goes by quick. You'll get like 5 to 10 in one night. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're driving from like maybe, I don't know, like 9 to 12, you can get like 15 right then and there, And then you drive in the morning, you get another 15, that's 30. You know what I'm saying? So you can push it real quick and get that instant cash out within like a night, 2 nights, 3 nights, depending on how much you push. Uber is all about how much you push, right? So I continue on my first night and I'm pushing, and I'm just, I'm all about this money. Everything is looking like dollar signs to me. Everything. Dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign, dollar sign. I'm like, man, let me get the money. I want the money. You know what I'm saying? Oh, how you doing? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, them rockets. Oh, You know what I'm saying? I'm talking. I'm in good spirits. I'm like, man, you all right. Dollar bill to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course you love your customers. But, yeah. You feel me? Like, I'm like, every pickup is a dollar bill. Every pickup is a ride, and that's your money to gain or lose, right? You can do well, you cannot do well. So I'm picking up. I picked up probably about 6 people that night, 6 or 7 people that night, just because it was new to me. But it was like a rush, because it's like, man, I'm building up this money. I came home probably with like $60. I came home with like $60, and when I showed my spouse at the time, you know what I'm saying, they was like, oh shoot. You know what I'm saying? You got $60 in there. Okay. Right? So I would use my 9 to 5 to make sure I had gas. And I was pushing and I continued to drive. Right? I continued to drive to build up that money until I could cash out. And then I was able to actually cash out. So, with Uber, you can get started right away. You can sign up right away. You get started shortly after. And then from there, you can get going to where it's like you're making money. You just got to make sure you got gas money within them times where when you first start and you can't cash out right away. You got to make sure you got gas money. If you got gas money, then, you're good. You feel me? You can push. So, for me, I'm in Houston. Houston's a big city. So there's a lot of opportunity in Houston for me to drive and push and put in work and just grind. You know what I'm saying? Like people can live in Houston all their life and never see all of Houston. It's that big. And Houston is just one city. It ain't Texas. I'm not talking about Texas. I'm talking about Houston. You know what I'm saying? It's that big. So the opportunity for me to really push and make this money was like, it was crazy. There was so much opportunity for me to get out here and make money. So for me, when I first started on Uber, it was game changing to me. It was game changing to me because it allowed me a vehicle, to make money without having to worry about my 9 to 5, right? Without having to worry about clocking in on somebody's time, without having to worry about, coworkers, without having to worry about being at a certain location. Like, it was like, get in your car, turn on, get to work, right? And, really, you just got to self-start. You got to start yourself. You got to get going. You got to have in your mind, like, all right, I'm going to get this money, and I'm not going to stop until I get this, right? Until I get that, right? It's a game changer. So if you want to do something where you can earn money every day, Uber is what you want to do, right? You can earn money every day, and you can take it home every day. Uber is what you want to do, right? I want to earn $50 a day. I gotta pay this bill, or I want to go out to eat, or I want to go out go out tonight, and make 70. Boom, make the money, get it that day. You don't have to wait, right? And it's an alternative. So throughout this channel, I'm going to break it down for you guys on how you can use Uber to either be a part-time gig where you can make money on the side, or you can make it your main hustle, your main job or career, however you decide to look at it, and really make this money, right? But there's a lot of factors to it, right? I mean, you got to know when to drive, how to drive, where to drive. There's a science to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a science to which rides you take, which rides you don't take, how many you take, where you drive, where you accept the rides from, right? There's different places where you can go, you know what I'm saying, to make the money, the airport, the cruise ships, you know what I'm saying, driving out of town. You can even take Uber and travel with Uber, right? Like, say you want to go, like I live in Houston, and I want to go to Dallas, or I want to go to Austin, or I want to go to Kansas. Well, I can go out there and still have my Uber, and then I can drive out there too, make extra money to do extra things, right? Like me and my business partner, we did this in Alabama. Went out there, had some money. We're gonna go out there and do some business because I have another venture that I head up. But went out there, handled some business. We needed some extra money, and I drove Uber. And I got the extra money every day I was out there. So we never were low on money. We never without money. A lot of people don't even know. Like, you could sign up for Uber in Colorado, go to Houston, drive, make extra money, go to New York, make extra money. Like, there's no bounds to it. So it's limitless, right? It's limitless where you can drive, how much you can drive. Well, to an extent. You can drive for 12 hours and then you gotta rein it back. You gotta get sleep. And that sleep will mess you up. If you're not well rested, that sleep will mess you up. Like, I remember when I first started, I was like, man, I'm gonna get it. And I was just pushing. Like, I pushed, but I had to rein myself back because I found myself starting to get a little sleepy, a little drowsy, and that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. So I had to rein it back and be like, all right, let me relax. You know what I'm saying? Let me get sleep. But it's crazy out here in these Uber streets. Like, I'm going to tell you guys about everything, how to make stuff happen. I'm going to tell you about funny stories that didn't happen to me, crazy stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to experience a lot driving Uber. You're going to experience so much because you are going to be everywhere. You'll learn. Look, whether you're a new driver, I'll show you how you can get a car. Excuse me. I'll show you can get a car through Uber, you know what I'm saying, without having to purchase a car through a dealership, and you'll still get a car for way less money, right? And it really works. It's not a game. It's not, for play. Like, you could really get a car through Uber or Lyft. And I'll show you how you can do, incorporate Lyft into your driving, Uber Eats into your driving, you know what I'm saying? DoorDash into your driving. You can use all of them strategically, but you can get a car through it. So say you have a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, they're young, they're trying to get their first car, get it through Uber. You know what I'm saying? You can get it through Uber without having to pay for an actual car, you know what I'm saying, for you to lease. You pay for this car that they're renting, but they're using to make money, right? So you can do that through Uber. There's a lot of opportunity, right? And then they have special deals on cars if you want to get a car to lease it or rent it or whatever. So there's a lot of opportunities to it. It's just you gotta listen to the channel, baby. You gotta listen to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all the game. I'm gonna give y'all the game. So for Uber, there's a lot of opportunity in it. There's a lot to it, right? Anybody could drive Uber and do what they want to do, but if you want to drive it strategically and really make this money and have a structured plan with it and have a structured schedule with it, this is where you want to be, right? So in this very next video, I'm gonna start laying things out for you, right? It's not gonna be one of those channels where I'm trying to lead you up to, I'm gonna talk for a whole bunch, and then if you want the information for real, buy. I'm not even pushing y'all to buy nothing. I'm gonna give you guys all the game. It's all free. You can take exactly what I do and go out and do it. Replicate it. Do what I'm telling you to do. I'm giving y'all my strategies. You know what I'm saying? If you're in Houston, you know what I'm saying, you would think I'm cutting off my feet, but I'm not. I'm giving y'all my strategies. I'm telling you how I do it, and it works. You know what I'm saying? It works. If it works for me, it's going to work for you, right? So, excuse me. Appreciate y'all coming and checking me out. Again, my name is Eric Hunter. This is Ride and Grind. This is my new channel. I want you guys to enjoy this channel. Come get your Uber tips from me, Uber stories from me. Any questions you have, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I would love for you guys to subscribe, like, and share this post or this video. Like, subscribe, and and share this channel as well. And then comment down below. Comment on every video. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you think about what I'm saying. Tell me about, any questions you have. Share your stories with me. You know what I'm saying? If you're an Uber driver, tell me what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to hear from you. If you're a rider, I want to hear from you. If you're somebody who wants to get into Uber, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me. Let's grow. Let's grow together. I'm going to be here through everything. And I'm going to tell you guys the good, bad, ugly, everything. Pandemic driving, you know what I'm saying? Christmas driving, holiday driving, early morning driving, late night driving, midday driving, rush hour driving, every kind of drive that you could think of. I'm going to tell you about it and how to get through it and how to make it happen. So without further ado, I'm going to wrap it up. But I appreciate y'all, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video. All right?